Since I was a little kid, I've never missed a game for an injury since I played flag football at 6 years old. So being told, yeah, your season's over is something new for me, and it was tough. I think it started, I dropped back, and it was a two-way route. We were kind of miscommunication, so I just took off. And as I ran through the line, I actually saw a flag go down. I could tell one of our linemen had held somebody. So I knew there was a holding down. For whatever reason, I wasn't gonna, you never just see a holding and say, oh, I'm just gonna slide. So I just kept going, and right when I cut, I knew, because I heard it and I felt it, and I had never experienced something like this, but I knew that something wasn't right. So I was motioning right away, and then, honestly, when I walked off, I was kind of hopeful that it wasn't an ACL, because I thought I was actually putting a little bit of weight on it and stuff, but they could tell. It seemed pretty quickly when they did the test that they knew that it was something bad, and I could tell. They wouldn't tell me right away, but I knew that it was something that was going to keep me out for the rest of the season. So I got upset right away because I knew that that was it for me, and I just knew that, I really felt that our team was getting better, and even that game in particular, I felt like, had that not have happened, that we would have scored a ton of points. And I was so excited just that game because I felt like the offense was really clicking and we were going to have a huge game, and that kind of happened. I was just upset that, I couldn't be out there helping the guys, and then just thinking in the back of my head, hey, my season's probably over. I'm not going to be able to play in the playoffs. The first thing I said is everything's going to be fine. And, and that, because I've seen so many guys come back from this injury. So even, right away, my initial disappointment, I never thought, man, I'm not gonna come back as strong. That never went through my head. The only thing that I was really thinking was, man, it stinks that I can't play. But I never, I was always optimistic from the beginning, and that's the first thing I told my family, is that it'll be okay, don't worry about me. The rehab's been great. I think, off the bat, it progressed really quickly, and that was good. I think I was walking a lot sooner than some of the other guys. Granted, some of the other guys that had the injuries were a little bit worse than mine. I think Xavier was probably the cleanest one. He got the luckiest, and then probably I was next. But I was walking within, 3 to 4 weeks. And I think everything happened pretty quickly, and I've done everything the doctors have been great. Chris Jones and the rehab staff has been great. When I went home, I did my rehab at a place called ATI, and the lady that was working with me had 3 ACL tears herself. So she was telling me, hey, I've been there, I know this, I know that. So I've been surrounded with some really good people, and just listening to them and just doing as much as I can. One of the things is the mobility. When I get the mobility back, just if I'm home, watching TV or whatever, just keep moving it and stuff like that. Just doing what everybody's telling me to do. I think it's been great. And moving forward, I think the next step for me is to actually get throwing again. Chris Jones told me that real soon I'll be able to drop back and throw, maybe in a week or so. So even 2 months off an ACL, being able to drop back as a quarterback is pretty good. Right now I can't do that, but the hope is, and I've talked to Chris, the hope is that I'll be able to do 7-on-7s during the whole time at spring practice, which isn't as good as the live, being able to do the scrimmages and all that. But if I'll be able to do drills and bag drills and then be able to do 7-on-7, I'll be, that's more than I thought I'd be able to do. So I'd say it's going pretty well. I think the first thing it taught me was to be humble and always to be thankful for what you have in the situation that you're in. Never take anything for granted. I think next is just to persevere and to always be optimistic and never, people say that you heal quicker if you're optimistic, but I really think it's true. There is something to it. If you think you're going to get better, and if you have that positive mindset all the time, I think it makes rehab easier. It makes it more fun. It makes coming to football, and even though you can't be out there doing what the other guys are doing, it still makes it fun. And it's, as a competitive kid, it just makes me want to get better each day and do as much as I possibly can to heal as quickly as possible.